When was the last time you told yourself that you are enough? That you are who you are and you are very happy to be who you are? Have you ever said those same things when you went on Instagram and caught yourself scrolling, and then you seen something that caught your eye, and then next thing you know, you have turned the corner saying that you went from I am enough to, well, I don't have what they have, or my life don't look like their life. You ever caught yourself doing that? I mean, I only can talk about myself. I have done that sometimes, where I have done that where I took my eyes off the goal and I put my eyes on somebody else's goal. So here are some 3 things that I want you to take effect and actually think about for your life and think about for yourself, so you can be able to say, hey, here are some things that I really do need to consider to be able to get my life in order. One of those things is you need to go from comparison to inspiration. The way you can go from comparison to inspiration is you can actually say, that's good for them. They are showing me what's possible. They are showing me what can be done once I put my focus on where I need to go at, right? And another thing is focus on your lane. If you ever focus on your lane so well that something good came out of it, and then you're like, man, I should have done this a long time ago, or I should have focused on me a little bit more, or I should have focused on the things that I need to do a little more. That's just saying that you were in your lane. You never merged, you never turned on a blinker, you never got in somebody else's lane because of how it looked, or the lines was probably brand new, or no, you just stayed in your lane, you stayed focused on what you need to do. And then what happens is things worked out according to the way you wanted to actually come out for you. Another thing is that we have to limit the noise. Sometimes we get noise from everything. Sometimes it's not even social media. Sometimes it's just one of those things where we say, you invite noise in. You have invited noise in. That means you have somebody over, you hang out with someone, and their noise become your noise. And then you take their noise from the conversation that you guys had with them to home. You take it to work, and their noise become your noise. So to avoid the trap, to avoid things, we need to first understand the comparison, go from comparison to inspiration. We need to go from not allowing somebody else's noise to affect what we have going on. Stop inviting tornadoes and hurricanes into your life, and then you wonder why things is not working out the way you wanted to. Things is not going as well as you planned. And then other thing that we just talked about was staying in your lane. Sometimes you stay in your lane. By you staying in your lane, it helps you avoid certain pitfalls. It helps you avoid the trap of comparison because you're so focused on these first primary 3. Now, some of the things that I want to help you understand is that sometimes self-doubt can creep in, or you taking your eyes off your goal. Self-doubt is one of those things where you say, I think I can, but I'm not really sure that I can. Maybe it's for somebody else. And then what you happen is that like you're going down this road or this path that I really don't need to go to. What is that path? You can be saying things of self-limiting beliefs based off your self-doubt. So self-limiting is that's just one of those things where you're like I told a kid recently, some moments you go and drive and then you kick it into reverse. You go and drive and then you kick it back in reverse. Your drive is the things that you're doing right. Everything is going well. Everything is flowing. You're in this flow state. You're in this ah moment, right? But then when somebody congratulates you or you congratulate yourself, you throw it into reverse and you go all the way back. And all of the ground that you covered and all the good things that happen in your life, you're now going in a different direction. So this is why I call it culture the comparison trap, because this is not something that you should be doing. This is something that what you should be doing is really saying to yourself often is that I do not know where I'm at right now, but I know that I can get my life in order by how? Focusing on me, focusing on the things that I'm doing right, focusing on the things that didn't go as well as planned. And once you do that, things turn around. Things go the way it should go, and then you start looking at the things that you do differently. Now, the one thing that you should be doing today or working towards today is understanding that everything is not going to go right every single time. You got to understand that as things go well for you, be happy, be in the moment, be present. So when the hiccup comes, what happens is you can be able to maneuver around that, pivot around that fast. Because once you start to pivot fast, that will help you understand, like, I fell into the trap, but I'm going to get out of it. Here's the thing. Here's the way I can get out of it. Here's how I believe that I can get out of it. So what did you learn? We learned today that I need to see comparison from an inspiration standpoint, not some woe is me. I need to stay in my lane because there's value in my lane. Thirdly, do not create noise in your life. This is Will from New Steps Foundation, and I hope you got something. Now, this is a youth channel, but now if you get something from this video as an adult, as a teen, or as an elder, hey, share this with somebody who else can use this information to be able to help them along their way and their path. Because again, culture says it's me, where the way that I want you to see it is from a godly and spiritual standpoint. It's you, and there's a community of people who's going through the same thing that can be able to overcome it. Let's go.